Morning. We'll just wait a few minutes for some more people to come, so take your time. It's not 9 o'clock yet. Morning, if you're just joining us. We'll just wait another minute or two for people to join. So just take your time getting ready, getting your paper, pen, somewhere comfy to sit, maybe a tea or some water. And if you're here, you can even say hi in the live chat if you want to, so I know who's here. Yeah, we'll just wait a little bit. Only just turned 9. Okay, maybe I'll get started, and then if anyone else joins us, I can fill them in. I think we're supposed to have a few more people joining us, but we shall see. Maybe they're joining a bit later. That's okay. Yeah, so it's March. It's the 2nd of March. Don't know how that happened. It's here. 2021 is flying by. After quite a slow January, it's kind of been a bit non-stop. Yeah, so I'm kind of going to focus on the theme or the kind of ideas around March for me, or what comes to mind when I think of March and approaching spring, getting out of winter, feeling the change of season. Morning, Katrina. I kind of wanted to just feel that, yeah, how we could explore that in today's class. So as always, we're going to do a bit of breath work, and we'll do some written tasks, we'll meditate, and then we'll reflect at the end. So yeah, if you find your comfy place to be, we're going to do just a little bit of body release just to start. So just find somewhere comfortable to be, and we're just going to roll the head. So we're going to drop the chin and just do some head rolls to start. Just really creaking out any tension. And the other way. Slowly bring the head back up to the center. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. We're just going to reach one arm over to the side and do a little side stretch. You can place this other arm, the hand down, maybe the elbow, or as far as you want to go without collapsing into side, trying to stay nice and tall. You can let go of the neck, maybe close the eyes for a little bit, trying to really plant that hip into the ground so it's nice and rooted. Gonna breathe here for a little bit. Lovely. And we'll do an extra little stretch and then come up. And the other side, so reaching, letting the hands slide and stretching. So you can relax the head, drop the shoulders, maybe place the elbow down or the hand, have that hip really rooted, and we'll just breathe into this space here. Lovely. And coming back up. We're going to put the hands on the knees And I think this is kind of called a coffee grinder, or different people call it different things, where we're just gonna have our hands on our knees wherever we are. Just gonna do some circles. So coming forward to the side and pushing back. Just really circling around your pelvis, massaging out that spine a little bit before we sit here. And we'll go the other way. So circling the other way, really easing into that body. Whew. Nice. Do it one more time. Lovely. And just shake out anything else you need to get rid of before we sit here. Lovely. And we'll close down the eyes when you're ready. Just noticing yourself sitting nice and tall, wherever you are, on your sit bones. Really feeling the head pulling out of the spine towards the ceiling. You can really feel that elongation in the back of the neck. Pelvis rooted into the ground. And the spine just floating between these 2 points. Lovely. We're going to do a quick body scan, just noticing how the body's feeling in your own time, just going from the head to the feet. I won't talk you through it this time, so just noticing maybe if you have any niggles or any little bits you're like, oh, that doesn't feel so good, or you can notice some difference from one side to the other. We're just going to acknowledge that before we move on. Beautiful. And when you've done that, we're going to move a bit more internally and notice how our inside's feeling. Have you noticed your breath today? Other than when we just inhaled and exhaled with our shoulder rolls, how is your breath feeling? Try not to change it too much in the beginning, but just to acknowledge what state it's in. Maybe it's quite shallow, maybe it's already quite deep, maybe you're feeling a bit staggered in your breath. And that's okay, just noticing where you are with your breath today. And gradually, I want to invite you to deep, a bit heavier, well, words, to breathe a bit deeper every time. So on every inhale, just filling up the body that bit more. And on the exhale, just really letting it go. And continuing this for a little bit. Really feeling the whole body fill up. Lovely. And on our next inhale, I want to be the deepest inhale you've done all day, all of March, maybe all of this year. Through your nose, and then we'll forcefully exhale through our mouth, like we're trying to blow something away or blow out some candles, or just like really let go of any tension you're holding. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling. 2 more times, just like this, inhaling really deeply. And exhale. On the last inhale and exhale, maybe on the exhale we can sigh it out. So really make a loud sighing noise. So inhaling and sigh it out. Lovely. And in your own time, blinking your eyes open, coming back to your space. Maybe you want to wriggle around again before we come back to our pen and paper. So hello, if you just joined us, welcome. Like I was saying at the beginning, we're going to focus on the theme of March or some themes that come up with the month of March, since we're now in the 2nd of March, however that happened. Who knows? So I've got a couple of different writing tasks for us today along the kind of themes that do come up with the month. So for the first one, um, I'll let you have a minute to get ready before I rush into it. But for the first written task, I'd like you to answer the question, how does going from winter to spring make you feel? So how does going from those winter months to spring being just around the corner, how does that make you feel? I'll give you another 30 seconds just to round up that answer before we go into the next one. Okay, so number 2, I'd like you to write numbers 1 to 5 and leave some space beside them. Amazing. So beside your numbers 1 to 5, I would like you to write 5 goals for yourself from March. So 5 goals that you want to achieve in this month. They can be super small. They could be to go outside more, to cook more, to finish that book you've had since Christmas. That's me. Or they could be much bigger. They could be um, something to do with your career or something to do with your relationships or just something that seems a bit bigger. Yeah, vary it. Do what you feel. Um, yeah, 5 goals for yourself for the month of March. Okay, I'm taking another 30 seconds to finish up your goals for the month. Not that they will be finished in 30 seconds, just writing them down. Okay, we'll move on to the final question of today, of this quite grey Tuesday morning where I am. But I think for spring, for March, it really makes me think of um, just the season, like especially at the weekend, just there, I could really feel the season changing and the sun coming, and almost like we're leaving winter behind, or we're at least escaping winter a bit, even though in March it still definitely has those winter moments, like maybe this morning. Um, but often in March, and as we get to the end of March into April, and spring is well and truly with us, we have a lot of rebirth and blooming and flowers, and yeah, it's quite an exciting, energizing time, I find. And so just a little kind of silly question just for the end. If you were a flower blossoming this spring, what flower would you be? What kind of flower would you be? Maybe it's your favorite one, or maybe it's like one that you really relate to. So if you were a flower blossoming this spring, what kind of flower would you be? Anything. And maybe after you picked your flower, you could write why, or yeah, why you picked that one and why you um, might relate to it. Perfect. And when you're finished with that, you can pop your pen and paper to the side. And when you're ready, you'll be having a drink, finding yourself in another comfy position. I'm going to do a little pranayama breathing technique before we meditate. So I think I've done this with you before, maybe a few months ago and a few on demands ago. It was quite, I haven't done this one in a while, but I thought, why not bring it back? It's called Skull Shining Breath, and it's quite an energizing one. It's a really warming breath. Um, it's quite fast and sharp, and it can sometimes make you feel a bit lightheaded or a little bit dizzy. So if it does, stop. Like, don't carry on. Um, just because it is quite a lot of quick inhaling and exhaling. And yeah, I'll explain it a bit. So you can either place your hands on your belly or down beside you, wherever you like. I kind of like them on the belly because I can really feel the action happening. So you're going to inhale, it's all going to happen through the nose. Yeah. So we're going to inhale through the nose and then we're going to do lots of sharp exhales. We'll do 30 because it'll be quite fast. So for instance, excuse me, I'll demonstrate it. We're gonna, and the belly is also gonna move when you exhale. So you're inhaling and then you're lots of just quite sharp exhales. And the belly, similarly to when we inhale and exhale. Normally, when we inhale, we're really filling the belly, and on the exhale, you're pulling it in, 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 in. So for instance, we'll go inhale, exhale. So you can kind of see my hands moving as a reaction to my breath. I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling. It's almost just having that idea of pulling your belly a little bit when you exhale sharply, which will make that quite fast movement. It's quite warming. We'll give it a go. We'll do about 30 in your own time. If that feels like too much, you can do 20. It goes quite quickly. And again, if you feel a little bit lightheaded or dizzy, just have some normal breaths, close your eyes and get ready to meditate. So we'll just do it in our own time, inhaling and big inhale and exhale when you're done. Lovely. And just placing the hands wherever you want. Now you can keep them on the belly, you can put them on the chest, you can have them on your legs, wherever you want, and closing your eyes down. We're just going to meditate for the last few minutes of class. So while we're here, I want you just to notice how your body is feeling after doing that pranayama, doing that breathing technique. Are you feeling a bit warmer? Is your belly maybe feeling, or your core feeling a little bit more activated? So just acknowledging how that made you feel. And if it was new to you, maybe it was quite surprising or even enjoyable sometimes. Lovely. So like I've been saying, spring is coming soon. This new and fresh season is a good time to make room for new wonderful things to happen in your life. Remember that you are growing and changing every day. Every season brings a new you. Think about how during the winter months, certain flowers disappear only to come back to life stronger during spring. Winter can be a hard time to stay motivated, to get outside, to stay active. And sometimes spring just brings that new lease of life and that new excitement and encouragement that maybe we've been missing. I asked you to write down 5 goals for yourself for March. 5 goals that you'd like to achieve in the coming month. I would like to take the time to go through each of these goals in your mind. And how does it make you feel thinking about these goals and thinking about what you want to do this month? How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel excited? Do you feel encouraged? Do you feel like there's time ahead of you and possibility? I also asked you what kind of flower you would be if you were a flower blossoming this spring. I'd like to picture that flower in your head, just what it looks like. I want you to really focus on what color it is. What color is this flower that you've chosen today? How bright is it? Is it just starting to bloom? Is it in full bloom? Is it tall? Is it small? Is it close? Is it far away? We're going to take a few inhales and exhales together. And on the inhale, I want you to really inhale the color of this flower. So on the inhale, we're going to inhale the color. Imagine it going through the nose, down the back of your throat, down your esophagus and into your body, this color. And on the exhale, you're blowing out a little bit of the color. On your next inhale, you're going to breathe in more of that color and filling more of your insides. Inhale. And exhale, breathing out a little bit of a distilled version of that color. And again, breathing in even more color, really painting the insides of your body. Just noticing how it feels, or if you've covered every part with that color inside your body, behind your eyes, behind your ears, how about between every rib? You painted every part. While you're sitting here thinking of your color and having painted your insides with that color, I'm going to read a quote. I said this quote in Stretch and Relax on Wednesday last week, and it resonated with quite a few of you, so I'd like to read it again. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Lovely. And in your own time, blinking your eyes open. Coming back to your space, maybe looking around your room. Maybe just noticing where you are. And we're going to inhale and roll the shoulders up. And on the exhale, roll them back, letting a little bit of that color out again. Inhaling, rolling up. Exhaling, rolling them back, letting out that color. Final one, inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Coming back to your pen and paper and just writing down any reflections you have, any words, any thoughts, any feelings. Maybe you want to write about your color, anything at all. Amazing. And while you're doing that, I just want to say thank you so much for coming. Thanks for joining me. live this week. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been there live last week, but it looks like quite a few of you done the class anyway, so I hope it was useful. If you have any thoughts, feelings, feedback, or any suggestions for the upcoming classes, please let me know. We've got Stretch and Relax coming up on Wednesday at 8:30, so look forward to seeing some of you there. Got quite a few booked on already. Classic YouTube. Like the video if you liked it. Maybe pop a comment if you want to say anything, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. You can hit the notification bell on Studio K and you'll be notified whenever any live classes happen. So like this, if you haven't booked on, be like, oh, I forgot, but you'll already be notified when it starts. So don't worry. Thanks. Yeah. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks, Katrina. Yeah, and have a great day. Have a great week. Hopefully we can get outside and feel that change of season. I'll be around for another minute or two if anyone has anything you want to say. Okay, I might end it there. But if you do have anything you want to let me know, just message me. I'm always available. Or you can message Studio K or put something in the member zone. However you feel. Just let me know. Thanks, everyone. Bye.